Hello, hello. Thank you for purchasing this tutorial. It's free. No, sorry, my bad. So, I will show you a way to use Gaea for Houdini, Gaea 2.0. First, sometimes Gaea crash at starting, so just right-click Open File Location, and you can launch the diagnostic.exe. And you can run Gaea with CPU only. It's still pretty fast. To my side, I launch Gaea normally. I create a new project. In Gaea, I will create a sample canyon for the example, Terrain Landscape Canyon. I will record a better tutorial in depth for Gaea 2.0 later, when I get some more extra time. So, after canyon, I will add an erosion node, erosion 1, this one, and to export, we get this tab, basically on terrain, you can switch on build. Nothing appears because we need to mark for export. I right click on erosion, mark for export, and now we will see all this map, erosion, and all this map will be exported. I choose EXR for file type. The blue box is for build settings. I will export in 2K. If you get community version, we'll stuck at 1K, but it's okay. We'll get 2K. This option will let it by default. But build the settings, I preferably choose this one, file location, file name, and builds. We can execute build here, or just close this pop-up and execute build here. Okay, I will open folder when it's finished. Start build. I choose my location. So I will use it in project double jump. Gaea Tuto. I create a new folder Gaea. Well, it's my project folder. I don't save the file for now. So I need to save my project files before export. Erosion out, this is my 8 field. So Houdini side, I will just arrange my desktop. I create a geometry node. I go inside. I use the 8 field file. And I will choose my landscape. Project, double jump, Gaea Tuto, Gaea. In this folder, there is build. And if I do a second export, I will choose another seed, by example, for the Canyon 2. Right. And if I do a second build, I'll execute a second build. Not open folder. Check not open folder. So for now, as I choose this file location, file name, and builds, it creates to me a second folder in the same folder. Build and add version 2 at the same place. So I use erosion out. This is my landscape, my 8. It's totally flattened, it's normal. Sorry, between Mac and Windows, each time I press the Windows button instead Alt. So, size 1000, and the scale is about the half. And we get our canyon. I right-click copy parameter, right-click here, pass relative references, and divide by 2. Like that, if I change the size, the half, I get the same shape. So this is the first part. Now we have two options. We can use maps from Gaea. The maps were created from Gaea. This one, erosion, wear, flow, and deposit. Or we can recreate them in Houdini without modified terrain. This is what we will do for now. We recreate flow map in Houdini, but it's forbidden to modify terrain. we need to keep this terrain. I add a node 8 feet flow, 8 feet flow field. This is for our flow. I use a null. And I would like to see what primitive we have. We have 8 at position 0, flow in 1, and all this flow x, y, z, we don't use it, water and mask. In Copernicus, when we will read this 8 field in the layer node, it will read only the 8, only the primitive 0. So we can just add the blast and select what we want to read. First, I will add a blast. And for this one, it's the flow field. I check delete not selected. And I would like to keep the flow. Not this one, XYZ, just the flow, this float. For now, we can see it if I do a copy layer. Source, we want flow, and destination mask. And now we can see it. It's just for the preview. And if now I'm looking primitive, I've got the flow at 0 and the mask at 1. And Copernicus will read 0, the flow only, but we'll see it in Copernicus, just for the field preview. I would like to have the 8 too. I duplicate this branch. And for the blast, I don't want the flow. I want the 8. I no need to see the 8. I just remove this. And for this one, I just name it. See, this is the flow. Out underscore flow. Out 8. And I see there is a water layer. If I did see right. Yes, water layer. We get this one too, water layer. I will add a null here. In terrain. And I duplicate this one because I want to see the water in the mask. And out water. In the mask, I just want the water. Okay, and now I want water in mask. And now we see the water. Cool. We can import it in Copernicus. I press tab. I create a node cup network. I just copy the flow, this node. I create a node SOP import. Use external SOP. I passed my outflow. I prefer to use relative path because this is in same geometry node. After I use a node geometry to layer. This one, we get this black and white map. I duplicate this one almost, but this time I will get the 8. And I duplicate this one, and this time I will get the water. For the 8 it's normal. We can see it now. We'll use an ambient occlusion. 8 to ambient occlusion. And 8 scale to 1. We use 1 for the 8 scale. And now, ta-da! We can see the 8.